fridge and your pantry filled with good things that you're going to eat. And even that's fruits and vegetables and good whole foods. And that's also some of the snack foods that you like that are better brands that I preach about a lot, right? A certain kind of chips, like a siete chip, or, just things that you can snack on that aren't totally causing inflammation in your body because it's got a ton of canola oil or whatever. So that way, when you are out at a party or at a restaurant or whatever, and maybe you couldn't pick the restaurant that is serving, grass-fed meats or, more organic fruits and vegetables or things like that it is what it is. And you're just going to eat that, and that's going to be the way that it is. And then you move on. I try to tell people not to think of it as a day, meaning that headspace, not a cheat day. Just because you had a meal or something that maybe I shouldn't have had that burger and fries, not because it was bad for me, but because I know now I don't feel well and I want a nap. That's why you're not wanting to do it. You're not doing it because it's bad. You don't want to do it because it doesn't make you feel good. But sometimes you do want it, and that's nourishing in its own way as well. So it's a really tough balance of trying to really encourage that it's not, the goal isn't weight loss. It's just not. The goal is to feel good. And a lot of times, yes, the extra weight can make you not feel so good because it is affecting, organs, it's affecting mood, it's affecting a lot of things. But it's important to fuel yourself and give your body the right nutrients it needs. And if that means you feel like, well, I just want to lose weight right away, okay, we can address that along with these other things. We're going to talk about these other things too.
Really quickly, can you touch on sex a little bit? Because you and I had talked before this, and you were saying something about an orgasm a day keeps the doctor away. And I'm like, well, I'm definitely doing that. So
I mean, screw the apple. Let's get to the real thing. I know. Yeah, sorry. Okay, forget everything else we talked about. Let's just talk about this. But it goes in alignment with all the things we're saying. Like, we want to feel good, and the orgasm does so many things for us, with or without a partner, right? It can help really connecting with your partner, but even alone, like, it's bringing oxygen into our, especially for women. We love this piece, but bringing more blood and oxygen to our face, which helps boost collagen.
Stop it! Oh my gosh, I'm gonna masturbate more.
Get a better vibrator, people. Like, what are you doing?
I already masturbate a lot, but now it's gonna. I'm just upping the ante.
Skincare routine.
Who needs Botox? I just masturbate.
Yeah.
I know. It's like, guys, I'm sorry, my nutritionist told me to. Okay.
Hey, so speed round. I'm going to throw a couple quick questions at you. Feel free to give quick answers. No pressure. Just fun and easy. Okay. Question 1. Is sugar an addictive drug?
Yes.
Okay. What should my relationship be to bread?
You should love it, and it should be good quality sourdough bread.
Okay.
I love sourdough so much.
Do you have like what's a good breakfast? Like, give me a good breakfast recommendation.
I love overnight oats. So that's chia seeds, oats, either coconut or almond milk, and I love to top it with nuts, a little bit of maple syrup or honey, and fresh berries.
Nice. Yeah, and people can just Google overnight oats recipe. There's like a bunch out there. Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm eating mostly whole food and plant-based, this one's all about me.
Yeah, I know this.
Do I have to worry about how much fat I'm getting? Because, like, nuts have a lot of fat. Avocado has a lot of fat. Like, should I be worried about that?
I don't think so. No. If you're already eating mostly plant-based and whole foods, and you're getting a lot of food, just want to make sure you were getting enough. And then, since are you not eating any meats or some meats?
Some.
Okay. I was going to say, because I would just worry about maybe your B12 or something and maybe supplement with that. But, and are you eating any fish? Because I want to make sure you would be doing an omega supplement.
Yes, I'm eating a little bit of fish, yeah. Okay. Last speed round question. So how do I if I want to incorporate alcohol in a holistically healthy way?
I want to add caffeine to that question.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So do alcohol and then do caffeine.
Alcohol is delicious, but if you're gonna do wine, just really try to seek out now it's kind of been branded clean wines. So go to a smaller wine shop that has natural, biodynamic, organic type wines, because most of the general wines you buy anywhere have tons of sugar added, sulfites, which can cause a bunch of issues, like so many unnecessary, it's just like food, preservatives, chemicals, and things like that on a basic glass of wine, and it can make your hangover that much worse. It can just make you feel terrible because your liver's already having to filter out the alcohol. Let's just make it filter out the alcohol and not the other crap in the wine. So try to get a cleaner wine. There's tons of different places. Online, you can do Dry Farms. You can do Scout and Cellar. Whole Foods has a natural section. There'll be a natural section at most places.
I've heard of Scout. Is it Scout and Cellar? Is that what you just said? I've heard of them. Yeah.
It's a great brand. It's out of Texas, and you can buy on their website. You can buy through a consultant.
Okay.
So you can support somebody's small business.
Oh, nice.
That way.
Okay.
And caffeine. Oh, it's so hard. It's like when I tell people they need to go to bed early, and when I tell people they need to reduce their caffeine, they're like, I don't want to talk to you ever again. So I really hesitate talking about it. But yeah, caffeine is revving your engines and revving your cortisol and your adrenaline and your anxiety unnecessarily. So if you're going to have coffee, try to keep it to 1 cup. If you're drinking coffee daily, make sure it's organic coffee, because coffee is one of the most heavily sprayed with glyphosate and many other pesticides and things. And so you're drinking that daily. And so organic, limit it to 1 cup, and then also try to get maybe some good fats in with it to kind of slow the jitteriness or alter the jitteriness a little bit. And if you can potentially switch to matcha.
I was going to ask about matcha.
It's so good. So I love matcha, obsessed with it, love it. And it tastes a lot different to me than just a bag of green tea. So sometimes people say, I just don't like green tea. But green tea it's not the same. Matcha is an acquired taste.
Yes.
It's not like you're not going to pick up a cup of scotch and be like, this is delicious.
Right.
But matcha, it gets that way. And then ease yourself into it by adding honey and, a good almond milk, that kind of thing. But it's really great. Oat milk, if it's glyphosate free. Okay. And ideally, less gums and fillers. There's a great brand called Good Milk Co. The best. It's the purest of the pure. I'm trying to think other brands. Oh, and Malk is a good brand that you can get at the grocery store, and it's filler-free oat milk too, and it's organic. So
awesome.
If it's organic and it doesn't have glyphosate, but most people are buying Oatly.
Yeah.
With Oatly, if you're going to buy Oatly, you want to buy the fat-free one, which I would never encourage anyone to buy anything fat-free. Right. With Oatly, it means that the rapeseed oil / canola oil is not in it. And I think now they have a glyphosate residue-free stamp on it. I haven't sure, but I think that's the case, because I think enough people revolted and were like, we love Oatly, but it's toxic and we can't drink it. So I think they've changed it. But
interesting.
Yes. So that's great. But the reason they put an oil in there also is because it was made to be a vegan supplement milk, and like you said, you're worried about fat, so that was just another way to get fats into vegans. So just get the fat-free one, so it doesn't have any oils in it. So oat milk is fine. I really love almond milk, but change it up. You can make nut milks with lots of different things. Yeah. But back to the matcha, coffee, the caffeine spike goes like this and drops, so you crave more at the end, right? Matcha hits here, so it sustains your energy longer, so you don't need a hit. And it also has L-theanine in it, which calms your body at the same time.
Well, I love that I just found out I'm super healthy from eating or drinking matcha.
Well, but you also have to be careful because you're drinking like matcha lattes with like tons of sugar in them. That's
I don't put sugar in my matcha lattes.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I don't. I like the taste of it. Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
even if you put a little honey in it, it's not going to hurt you.
No.
Yeah,
no. But I'm saying
though.
people who like go to Starbucks and
right?
like give me the matcha.
Starbucks
frappuccino.
coffee.
That's a good tip though. Like if you get a matcha out at a coffee shop or like Starbucks, it will most likely be a matcha mix, which means it does have sugar in it.
Yeah.
So right. So you want to ask them like, what kind of matcha is it? Is it a mix? Is it whatever?
Yeah. You want to make sure it's just the pure matcha that you would have to add a little honey to if you wanted.
Yeah. But I mean, it's grassy and earthy. It's,
totally. Yes.
Unless there's a lot of honey in it, someone's going to taste it for the first time and be like, there's no way. But also, I try to remind people, the first time you had coffee, it tastes like hell too. Mm-hmm. You didn't love it, I promise you. Yeah. In your 20s, you just started drinking it because that's what you were supposed to do, and it tastes like burnt chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Jenny, you are such an amazing person. I'm so glad we connected through a mutual friend, and I want our listeners to like seek you out. You are super knowledgeable. Tell us about how they can find you, what services you offer for people.
Awesome. So my address is, no, I'm just kidding. My number is 323. No. Instagram, and it's Jenny Jiles, just like it sounds. JENNYJILES. And website is the same. Jenny Jiles, JENNYJILES. And Instagram, I'm doing just like daily tips and things like that. And website, you can do my sugar-free blueprint, which is like a 5-day plan, which is awesome. And I highly encourage you to do it. Or you can work one-on-one with me. So,
love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I would love.
Yay! Well, thank you so much for coming on, and we appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. It was really fun being on.
Okay, so our next guest is a holistic health coach and nutritionist and creator of 5